Hi, this is Myron. Thanks for joining. So glad to come back to you today and talk a little bit about a term you're going to start hearing more about in the coming weeks and months ahead. It's called a mortgage assumption. And what that is, it's where you can take a mortgage that you currently have and potentially transfer or assume that mortgage to somebody who's buying your house. This is especially important if you're thinking of selling, and if you're thinking of buying, it's important to know it exists as well, because you could potentially assume a very low rate of somebody's mortgage. Now, this program is available on FHA loans, VA loans, USDA loans, but it is generally not available on conventional loans. So it's important to understand that it begins on government-based loans, FHA, VA, and USDA. It's not available on conventional. What happens is, if you're going to buy a home and you realize it's on the market, let's just say the seller took out a mortgage in 2021 and the rate on that mortgage is 3%. Well, current interest rates are about 6% to 6.5%. And so if you are able to pay the seller the difference between what his property is worth and the amount of the mortgage, you may qualify to assume or take over the payments on his mortgage. The benefit is your closing costs are less. You're already into the term of the mortgage, so it will not be a 30-year mortgage. You may be 28 or 29 years left on it. The closing costs are less. And on an example I just ran today for a client who bought in October of last year, the payment on his $400,000 home was $1,000 less on the monthly payment. By taking on a mortgage or assuming a mortgage of somebody who has a rate at 3% or below compared to a rate of 6% or above, the difference in your payment is hundreds of dollars, possibly up to $1,000. It's called a mortgage assumption. You have to live in the home as a primary residence, and it is important to know they exist, and mortgages can be transferred while not changing the interest rate. It's called a loan assumption. This is Myron at PrimeLending. Thanks for watching the video. If you have more questions on how to assume a mortgage and how it's possible to potentially buy a home and take over somebody else's mortgage, call me. It's a big topic. I'd love to teach you more. Call anytime. Thank you.